Yes. Happy Friday, TGIF, beautiful people. If you are seeing my face, you know exactly what day and what time it is, especially when you see that color blue. Welcome to our Honey Night SmackDown Watch Along. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Wrestling with Honey, the sweetest ooze, the queen of the honey pot predictions, and queen bee of WWT. We are getting into our Honey Night SmackDown Watch Along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go off. This is Shayna, the Queen of Spades, Baszler, and you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Yes, TGIF. I'm all over the place today, but it is because it's such an exciting day. It's always happy and exciting here for the Honey Night SmackDown Watch Along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. I am your hostess with the mostest, again, Wrestling with Honey, the queen bee of WWT, the sweetest ooze, and queen of all things honey pot predictions. And we have a fun-filled 2-hour SmackDown tonight to get into. We got OTC in the house. We have Jimmy Uso in the house. We got the Temu bloodline in the house. What is going to be the aftermath of everything that happened on SmackDown last week, as well as continuing all of that from Bad Blood, and a lot going on there. We have the best out of 7 series with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Hopefully some women's action as well. And apparently the Motor City Machine Guns are definitely signed to WWE. They signed a contract with Nick Aldis, according to the socials, about an hour ago. And I am assuming they are going to be the one to answer that call. And they're also going to be a part of a triple threat tag team match facing A-Town Down Under, as well as Los Garza. I guess they're calling them Los Garza. I'm not sure why, but last time I checked, they were Legado de Fantasma. So I'm just going to stick with that there. But yeah, we are here tonight. And yes, we're probably going to see what happens after, or how Jimmy's feeling after the interaction with Jey Uso on Monday as well, being that he showed up and tried to speak to him, and Jey Uso was not having it. But we are kicking things off in Columbia, South Carolina. We are kicking it off with the Temu tribal chief, apparently. Not my tribal chief. But we have Solo Sikoa coming out with Tama Tonga Loa, the tag team champions. And of course, that Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. And speaking of tribal chiefs, have you acknowledged your tribal chief today? Because I know I did. I know I do every single Friday, and we must do that. So before I introduce a very special guest that I have with me tonight, and I'm so excited for this, for our 2-hour Honey Night SmackDown watch along this evening, let's acknowledge our tribal chief, and maybe I'll introduce you to the guest. Let's do that.
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
Yes, you got to start off this show right. We are definitely acknowledging the OTC in the building tonight, and I'm sure he will be appearing very soon. We got Wade Barrett and Corey Graves on the commentary table. Shout outs to everybody already in the chat and our viewers as well. Pachu, Boza. Yeah, unfortunately, we're starting with the Temu bloodline, but this doesn't have to be something that we get upset about. Bo said so. What's up? Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your energy here. Hope you guys are ready for a fun-filled SmackDown, and I am very excited. Very, very excited today for this SmackDown, specifically not because of just SmackDown and not because I get to spend such great time with you guys, because we always have a fun time here, but I have a very, very special guest. You have seen him in the chat. You have definitely interacted with him in the chat. And if you don't know, now you know. You must acknowledge my dad, the tribal chief of the household, Mr. Anthony Pizarro. My father is in the house.
Hello, everyone.
Yay!
Nice to see everybody here. Yes, this is Honey's original tribal chief.
I love you, my tribal chief.
I'm the tribal dad. I'm the one who created the monster.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's very nice to be here with you all. Hello, and let's enjoy this show, huh? Let's see what goes on tonight.
Yes, indeed. Papa Squad, hope you guys got your snacks ready. We got special guests in the house, VIP guests in the house with the Ula Fala and everything to acknowledge. Make sure you acknowledge my pops in the chat. I want to see those ones up in the air. Bo said so, is already putting it up. I appreciate that so much. Thanks so much, Bo. And yep, we got Jazzy, Mom, and Bella in the house in disguise of Dad's YouTube handle, which is awesome. It's going to be a fun-filled night, special night. Yes, as you guys know, I've said many times here on this channel, my dad is the reason why you see this wrestling monster here before you. And so it's only right. Dad's visiting up from Florida, got a lot of fun shenanigans happening with the family this weekend, and we're just excited to be here and to celebrate. But right now, unfortunately, we have to acknowledge the fact that Solo Sikoa is speaking. So I guess let's just do that. Boza says, LOL, I was booing at the screen of Solo saying acknowledge me, and then a jump scare. Nice surprise, honey. Yep. Never know when dad is gonna pop up. Now the real parents are in the house. You got to behave now. And unfortunately, this Timu tribal chief is not behaving because, ever since this hostile takeover, he's completely thought that, the world revolves around him. And you can't really quite call yourself the tribal chief if you don't got no titles. So there's things to be said of that nature. But let's see what the Timu tribal chief has to say.
Yeah, he's supposed to have some gold, isn't he?
He does not have any gold.
He does not have any gold,
He does,
right? I'm just checking.
He does not have any gold. He just has that iced up chain and that Ulafala necklace. That's all he's got. That's as much control as he's got on this this version of the bloodline. Everybody's already yeeting in the crowd, and Solo's not with the yeets. He's Mr. No Yeet. Boza says, not my tribal chief is gloating that Jey Uso said no to Jimmy on Monday. Yeah, I'm not sure what I don't even know what inning we are in this story anymore. Being that Paul Heyman was like, we're in the bottom of the third or whatever the hell it is. That was a while ago when he said that. Now we're here. This is pretty crazy. And he's demanding that the team of tribal chief is acknowledged.
Oh no.
We got Jey Uso in the house. The Yeet Master is in the building, guys. Oh, snap. And South Carolina has gone into a yeeting frenzy. Look at that crowd.
Look at him there.
Main event, Jey Uso, the Intercontinental Champion, is on SmackDown, and he has arrived, and I'm sure he's got lots to say. I cannot wait for this interaction here. I wonder if he's going to go all the way down to the ring, because then that would show he's not scared of nobody, and he shouldn't be. This is family business. And the Timu bloodline is not looking happy about the interruption of the Yeet Master. Boza says the Timu tribal chief wants the real tribal chief to bow at his feet by the end of the night. Well, we know that's not happening. We know that's not happening.
Roman does have to do a little apologizing, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, Roman might have to put out some apologies. And I know he's not good at that, but he kind of owes Jay and Jimmy an apology. Kind of. And there he is. He's coming out to the ring, vibing. I feel like Jey Uso is becoming our Macho Man. You know what I mean? Like when Macho Man comes out, like not necessarily like the golden boy, but the guy and the popular one and the one that will make fans go into a frenzy. Because I remember when Macho Man's music hit, I would go crazy. I would the cream of the crop. Oh my God, such good moments. But yeah, I feel like Jey Uso's on that level of like a Macho Man where he's that top guy and he's not somebody you can underestimate at all. And by the way, Dad, they can hear you just fine. Right. In case you were wondering. What do you guys think is going to transpire between this family right here, man? I mean, this bloodline story has taken over for years, and it all technically started with Jey Uso. Well, Pharaoh, Councilman, is in the chat. Shout out to you, buddy. Thanks again for joining us for WWT Live. We had an amazing show, so make sure you guys check that out. Of course, after you hang in here, cup of coffee in the big time. Cup of coffee. I love that. Cliff, good to see you, buddy. Pleasure. And in case you are living under a rock, this is my tribal chief. This is Dad here. Anthony Pizarro is our VIP guest for the evening for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. I hope this was a pleasant surprise. You know, we got to keep it as a family. It's a family show. Wrestling is a family business. Now let's see what the Yeet Master has to say.
This is gonna be interesting.
It's been quite a minute.
Uh-huh.
I love it. I love the. I'm not out here to fight. Okay, he's out here to speak man to man, and you know what? I give it to Jey Uso. You still my little brother. That and you know what? I understand that. When it comes to the siblings, that Jimmy and Roman ain't here yet. I'm here to talk to you one-on-one, oos to oos. I love that. Oos to oos. Try not to laugh, Solo. He's not feeling oosy. Think about what you're doing to this family and to this bloodline. Councilman acknowledging that Honey Papa is in the building. Acknowledge. Oh. Yes, he did. He became the Intercontinental Champion, and it was so deserved. Look at it. Right. I'm the right-hand man. Technically, I saw a video resurfacing. Remember when they were talking about who the next in line was for the tribal chief? Absolutely. And he caused a stir between Jimmy and Jay. And he said Jey Uso was next in line. Technically, that Ulafala should be around main event Jey Uso's neck. Right. It's the right-hand man. The right-hand man, the main event. He has an Intercontinental Championship. He's strong, and he's gone against the best of them. And he also became a tag team title holder with Cody Rhodes. He's got one up on his brother. They're the most undisputed tag team champions of all time until he won again and beat one with Cody. He's what, 8-time champion, I think? 9-time tag team. That's ballistic. Oh, Solo's still not having it. Solo's not feeling oozy, y'all. What else do you expect? He did not make fun of the yeet. Don't laugh, y'all. You know, sometimes when you're with your family and your siblings, and you're trying to be serious and you're fucking laughing. That happens to me and my sister all the time.
I dare them to laugh at me when I talk to myself.
Not during no laughing during the family meetings. No laughing. Uh-oh. There was a place for him and Roman in his bloodline. Yeah, his bloodline. This was never his bloodline to begin with. But he's lucky he's got the likes of Tama Tonga and Tongaloa who are freaking loyal. And that beast, Jacob Fatu, that's the man you got to worry about, honestly. I acknowledge Jacob Fatu before I acknowledge Solo Sikoa as a tribal chief. And I will say that every week until somehow Jacob becomes a tribal chief, if that happens. Uh-oh. Jey Uso's not scared.
No, he shouldn't be.
He's older than all of y'all. He's the big brother. OTC, there's the OTC chants. Solo's trying to drag Jay into his mess. Solo has only won 4 matches in WWE. He's had 2 shots at Cody at least. Yes, he has, and he's lost both of them. Huh? If you're trying to reunite the bloodline, why you had to get them? Talking about Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. Why'd you have to get Jacob? Ooh! Ooh! He said, and if you keep staring at me, I'm gonna knock your ass out. Come on, Jacob and Jay. Jacob versus Jay would be sick. Oh my God. And we got a little face off. I love Jey Uso. I always knew Jey Uso was my favorite one. I always knew it. He's like he said, he's not here for that though. But you keep staring at him. The next time I see you, Uso, it's gonna be different. Yeet. Oh, that sounds like that doesn't even sound like a threat. That's a promise from one family member to another. And he looks like he will deliver on that. Jey Uso ain't nothing to joke around with, y'all. All right. Well, what a way to kick that off. I like it. I like the build up. I mean, this only tells me one thing, that it looks like the bloodline is gearing up and getting ready for war. And as you know, War Games is going to be coming in Vancouver in November. And we've all been talking even since the first half of the year here at WWT. We've been talking about the fact that there could be a bloodline civil war. What do you think about that? And where do your loyalties lie? And who do you think would be on each team?
Well, I'm always an old school guy. I'm gonna go with my originals. Roman is the leader. He's the one. He put it together. He did all this and all, but he's gonna need players on his side there.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to need Jimmy. He's going to need Jay.
Mm-hmm.
He possibly could need Sami Zayn, the honorary Uso, to come in.
The honorary one. He might need it.
Most definitely, they need Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman returning will bring the boost to this whole thing.
Yeah.
And to even up the score. Now, we've heard about others. There's Zillafat coming in. He might show up. We're hearing rumors that maybe Brock will show up, whatever it is, to show up because they hurt Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he might.
That's
Who
true.
knows? It's up in the air exactly what it's going to go. I would like to see it strictly bloodline, actual blood, but
Mm-hmm.
I know there's different factors they might need. And Sammy, I liked Sammy when he was. I really gained respect from when he was part of the bloodline because he was the comic relief, yet he was good.
Yes.
He was good on the mic, he was good in the promos, and he made them laugh. Even Roman had to freaking hide his face.
Yep, he did.
He just couldn't.
Yep, we couldn't help it.
A serious War Games match with this, I think, has got to go full hard on.
Yeah.
Very hard on for this thing, and to see what is it going to be. I guess it's not going to be no belts. It's going to be for this.
Yes.
And what's going to happen with that. And I think they should do something big. They should do something that honors, especially with Alpha and Sika passing this past year.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that introduced the whole thing to Roman with the Olafala. And
that's a very good point.
It's something that they should do to really bring it in and really show the Samoan dynasty the way it can be. And really make a show out of this. They really got to do a good job with this. And I'm sure Triple H has things in his mind. So far, he's been pretty on point with a lot of the storylines he's been doing since taking over. So I got to give him Triple H some credit.
Oh, yes.
Really doing it well.
Yeah, he's cooking it up in the kitchen for sure. But now we're also forgetting one big factor in this bloodline civil war. Dwayne Johnson. We came at Bad Blood at the end.
Yes.
Made some kind of hand symbol gesture, counting down to something or numbers, and then slit the throat. Yeah. Lord knows what that could mean. And now, if The Rock somehow inserts himself into this bloodline civil war, where do you think his loyalties lie? Do you think it lies with his cousin that he formerly just helped in the biggest WrestleMania of all time, beat Cody Rhodes? Because technically, The Rock got the pin on the first night. Does he help Roman Reigns and stay on his side, or does he kind of cross over and claim himself as the real true wise man of this new bloodline with Solo Sikoa due to the fact that Roman Reigns teamed up with Cody, the same person he helped him beat in April?
Things can get a little crazy here. We may think things go in one way because my idea right now is Rock is behind the team of bloodline.
Yes.
He's the one running it. But you never know. The way things swerve around here, betrayals, things that happen just to shock the audience.
Yep.
You never quite know. I even thought of what if Paul Heyman actually turned against Roman?
Again.
We don't know.
Again, because he almost did that one time with Brock Lesnar. Yes.
I don't know what's brewing up in Triple H's mind and what he's going to do to shock us, to make us scream at the screen saying, what the hell is going on?
Yep. Yeah, I think by War Games, it's just going to be pure, ridiculous, utter chaos. First and foremost, somebody said it here in the chat. There you go. Bo said it. I need William Regal to come out and say the two words. Agreed. I need him to say that. I need him to come out and say War Games because Regal is with us now. He's back home with us. And I miss the William Regal announcement of War Games. So we definitely need that. Yeah. Before we go further into what could be the possibility turnout for this bloodline civil war. Oh my God, The Anonymous. This is such a great show. This is so good. We have it said during before they went to commercial that there's going to be a SmackDown #1 contenders tournament for the bloodline and the tag team titles. We have DIY versus the Street Profits and the Queen's Court, which is Pretty Deadly. And this definitely should be a really, really good matchup. I kind of like the idea of Pretty Deadly being the Queen's Court for Nia Jax. I think they're really good. I think they're really funny.
Are. They're entertaining. They're funny and stuff like that. They're good.
Yeah.
Whether they're championship material, that's yet to be seen right now. But they are good on the screen. They're good on the mic. They're entertaining. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And we got the former tag team champions as well, the Street Profits, who are no joke either. They are definitely contenders to look out for. And we got DIY waiting in the ring with Pretty Deadly. This is going to be this is going to be a really, really crazy matchup. South Carolina's in for a treat tonight. Yes, sir. These Pretty Deadly in these outfits. You know what? These crop tops. I mean, I know it's so funny because it's like the European style look, I think, but it's just so funny. I think it's definitely next to the flamboyancy of what Shawn Michaels used to wear with his chest out. And, you know, the sequins and all of that stuff. They got the little ruffles on the and then the velour pants. Like, look at them. But they are definitely an undeniable tag team. They have had a lot of chemistry over the years and have quite some longevity in the wrestling business. So I wouldn't put Pretty Deadly past this match either. But they are definitely going to have a handful with DIY and the Street Profits. Who do you guys think is coming out on top? Let us know in the chat. Dad, who do you see taking away that number one contender spot out of these three?
We've seen already the Street Profits and DIY going at it. It wouldn't surprise me if the two gentlemen with the freaking frilly cuffs steal one here. You never know. I've always had a little thing for the Pretty Deadly that they're going to be up there soon. They just working their way up. I wouldn't be surprised. In my pick, I wouldn't be surprised if Pretty Deadly takes this because the other two teams may be too much. They hate each other after that ladder match they had with the
A-Town Down Under. Oh no, Bloodline. Yes, the Bloodline. Mm-hmm.
And they were blaming each other. They were very mad at each other. So Pretty Deadly could use that to their advantage.
That is a very good point, and
possibly steal a win here.
That's a very good point. And I think I think DIY and Street Profits have already faced off for the titles while the new Bloodline was holding them. So correct. That is definitely something to look out for. Montez Ford just doing what he does. His hops are crazy, man. And I say it every time. And he never ceases to amaze me, and it's always surprising every time. That man has jumps for days. Oh, what a knee to the face. Wow. Come on, Ciampa. Now you can't deny the undeniable. And I would definitely say that DIY has been a very undeniable team. I'm glad that they're finally at where they're at this point, and we're able to have some gold on the main roster. But we've come a long way from Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, even when they were split up in NXT. Right. And the whole shocker when Ciampa betrayed Johnny after their tag team match at NXT TakeOver, or it was one of those takeovers or something. But it was such a memorable moment. How well do you see DIY faring in the future? And do you think that they'll definitely get the titles again?
Wow. It's chancy. Right now, I'm happy with their storyline. Because when they were separated on the main roster, things were a little shady. Ciampa with The Miz was kind of like that.
They weren't really booking them correctly. And
have them together as two NXT.
Vince.
Yeah. I didn't want to say the word, but yes, him. We'll just mention as him and not Carmelo Hayes.
Him, yeah. Good one. But to see them together, I think they're working well as a team together now. They're two veterans from NXT. Mm-hmm. Very good to see them together. Mm-hmm. How long they could stay as an active tag team, who knows? I mean, I'm still looking for A-Town Down to split up, and they're still together. I listen. You're telling. It reminds me of Nathan Frazier and Axiom on NXT. I'm like, how are these two still together? Right. Or even when The Miz and R-Truth had the titles, we didn't think it was going to be a long title reign here at WWT. Some of us did, but I was kind of on the cusp of not seeing them get the titles past like a month or even a week. I thought it was just going to be a little comic relief or transitional title holders, but boy, they fooled me. Yeah. But any one of these three teams definitely makes a good case to be number one contenders against the Bloodline. And I wonder what that match is going to look like. That probably, I would assume, being that Crown Jewel is coming up, I would assume that maybe that's what's going to be happening. Unless, I don't know what the Bloodline situation as far as them going to Saudi Arabia and everything like that. Like, because a lot of things have changed as far as the booking for it. But We shall see.
I smell some shenanigans possibly in the future. That the team of Bloodline may lose the tag team belts because of a certain twins that we know that might show up and might cost them the titles, which just would add fuel for War Games, wouldn't it?
That would absolutely
make them lose the titles. They'll be pretty pissed about losing their titles.
And you know what? The Bloodline, especially with what we noticed with Roman Reigns, when they've got nothing to lose, you better look out.
There you go.
You better look out, because the tribal chief got nothing to lose. He's got no titles. He's got no wise man. He's got no bloodline. He's just got him. And not for nothing, he's always had just him. He's the big dog. He's the guy. Okay. He was always that guy. Jeffrey, good to see you. It says, good to see your dad, honey. Yes, you see him face to face. Yes. Dad is literally your twin. Yep. Screenshot that. Boza says, I could for sure see the Raw winners challenging the Judgment Day in Saudi for sure. We have to remember that not only Crown Jewel, but Raw will be done in Saudi as well. You know what? I did forget that little fact. Thank you, Joe Boza. He's always our information officer. Yes, he's always giving us the goods.
He's a good one. He's one of your good ones. But everybody on here is good. But
of course,
he's always faithful on. He's always on here.
Yes, we love everybody here, and shout outs to everybody in the viewership. Please don't be shy. Please don't be afraid to chit chat with us. We got a lot more to talk about, and it's already been a half hour. That must only mean one thing. That means that time is flying, and we are having fun. Boza also says, I would imagine the Motor City Machine Guns debut got changed because that is also a qualifier in this tournament. Matches continuing picture in picture. Yes, it is. And I think it's really interesting that they had Motor City Machine Guns sign a contract before SmackDown was even on. Like that Nick Aldis had posted it pretty much on socials while we were doing our WWT show, and they signed a contract, and they are now going to be in a triple threat match with A-Town Down Under and Legado de Fantasma. So shout outs to the Motor City Machine Guns, and welcome to the main roster. Welcome to WWE. Welcome to SmackDown. I think this is going to be a really, really cool debut. I personally don't have experience in viewing the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know if I'm familiar with them per se, as far as like the superstars, like each of them on their own, but I know they've been around.
TNA, they were a big part. I used to watch them then. They were a very good tag team there. So they're a seasoned tag team. They know each other well. They could be a nice little addition here.
Yeah.
To the tag team roster here for the competition for the belt. They could be. They're very energetic, very spectacular with their stuff. So they're not bad. I mean, they're almost like, who are the two from the brothers from AEW?
Oh, the Matthew Jackson and oh damn, why can't I think of the other one's name? Yeah, the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks. The EVPs, whatever the hell their name is. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. That's their name. Yes,
so
of course.
They are comparable to them. That kind of explosive type of tag team. So let's see what they look like when they come over here into WWE now. Let's see how they do here. Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that they would be a great addition. I am familiar with their name, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. I've definitely heard those names before. They were around for New Japan Pro Wrestling, Game Changer Wrestling, Deadlock Pro Wrestling Zero in 2006. They've been working together on and off ever since. So that is a pretty solid duo, especially if you have that kind of history together. Sabin was Mr. X Division like 10 or 11 times TNA Division champion. Okay, cool. Correct.
Cool beans.
Yes, they did solo thing when they broke up for a little while. They had a little solo competitions for a while. Yes. Alex Shelley is a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Nick Aldis at Slammiversary when Naomi became TNA Knockouts champion. How funny is that? And now they're all back on SmackDown. I see the connection.
Really, really cool. I like that. And how funny is it that now Nick Aldis is the general manager and he's signing them to the roster? I think that's absolutely cool. Yeah. I love if there's one thing that oh my god, that was insane. All the tag.
All right.
Wait a minute. Wait, we don't know who pinned who. I'm confused. What just happened? DIY seemed to have thought they got the pin, but so did the Street Profits. Alicia Fox, madam. We need Alicia Fox to get it. I mean, not Alicia Fox. Excuse me, Alicia Taylor. Pardon me, Alicia Taylor to let us know what the verdict is here. They announced that DIY is the announced winners, huh? The Street Profits don't look happy about that. DIY got off on that with the skin of their teeth.
Wow.
What an upset.
Yeah.
That's
Have to look at that again.
That's a crazy upset. Jessica Carr said that Johnny was the one who pinned the legal guy. But the Street Profits thought they won. Oh, we're going to have to clear this up. Nicole, this looks like you're going to have a handful of people waiting outside your office tonight. So I suggest you get ready for that. Going to have very, very upset tag teams. Now, that's a crazy turn. I wasn't expecting that, but DIY, another opportunity to go at the Temu Bloodline for their tag team titles. Shout outs. I mean, honestly, I'm not mad, only because this match could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Either team could have won this.
Sure.
But that was quite a controversial ending to that match.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. I wonder how they're gonna break that down.
Oh,
but this is what creates more excitement. And this is what I was just gonna say before we got confused with what transpired just now. But Triple H and Shawn Michaels this past year alone, or ever since CM Punk returned, they have cooked up some crazy moments and crazy spots and have assigned some amazing talent that I don't think we'd ever thought we'd see in the WWE, considering that NXT still has that partnership with TNA. And now with Motor City Machine Guns being a part of the roster, if the tag team division is completely stacked, and it's stacking up on all the rosters too. That is really, really dope to say, being that a couple years ago or even a year ago, we're all the tag teams. We're all the tag teams. You know what I mean? I'm kind of wondering where all the women's tag teams are, but we're working on it, and everything's a work in progress. But this is really interesting to see the growth in the tag team division, and I just love to see it. Name some of, you know what? Let's get a perspective from the old school tribal chief over here, and let's get some top 3 favorite tag teams to watch back in the day.
Oh my goodness. Road Warriors are probably that you gotta put the Road Warriors. They were such a dominating force back then. And geez, there's so many ones that came together not together. I would say, well, the Hart Foundation, I will always. Hart Foundation started. I'm a big Bret Hart fan. The Hart Foundation, him and Jim and Neidhart were excellent tag team. If I go right back to, I would even dare I say, even though it was short lived, the Mega Powers were actually a tag team that should have been longer, but we get the storyline.
The Mega Powers, for those who don't know, and I'm sure a lot of you do, but for those who don't really watch our show or watch wrestling, the Mega Powers consisted of the tag team between Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you something, brother.
With the infamous handshake in the interview with Mean Gene Okerlund, surprising everybody that they were going to become allies against, was it Andre the Giant?
I believe it was $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man, yes, excuse me.
I believe it
was. $1 Million Man and Andre the Giant. Yeah.
You guys correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Boza, information officer, if you got that info, just let us know. You already know what to do. But I'm almost positive that was the tag team. But Mega Powers. Now, we've been saying Mega Powers a lot here on Women's Wrestling Talk, Dad. And we've talked about the big 2 out of 3, meaning Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Would you consider them to be a women's version of the Mega Powers 2.0?
They would be. And this is where I'm going to say, that's why I went to the point of the Mega Powers. And this was their downfall. It was the egos involved. Because as solo performers, they were big stars. When they came together, we've seen it so many times. Well, let's say what Stone Cold and Triple H, weren't they tag team champions at one time? But their egos couldn't handle it. After a while, they broke apart.
A lot of people forget that.
For these 2 young ladies that are very good, powerful looking, very dominating, it's going to be a time when somebody's going to turn on somebody. It's going to happen.
Everybody
We've
wants
seen it how
to
many
happen
times?
So bad.
The Rockers. That was a betrayal and a half when Shawn Michaels kicked Marty Jannetty through the glass.
Mm-hmm.
There is something that's going to happen, and it's going to pit both of those against each other, which I think will be a phenomenal match because I think they're evenly matched to very strong, talented women.
Absolutely.
It's WrestleMania type match probably. So I don't think it's going to happen quite yet. But yeah, I don't see it happening too soon. I see Jade Cargill is going to want to be better than Bianca's already up there. She's been champion.
She's the EST. She's been there, done it. Been there, done it.
Jade that's going to want to, whether she turns heel or not, to want to be better than and have her own solo title. So we'll see how this transpires. So for now, they're good.
so these comments here are very interesting, and I'll pose a question to you. We got Cliff here saying Jade could go heel, and Jeffrey says Bianca could turn on Jade. Just to get an inkling of where your head would be at with this storyline, how do you see the Mega Powers 2.0 breaking up, and who are you turning heel if you're the booker?
I'm thinking it's going to be Jade. Jade played a great heel in AEW. While she had that the TBS title and everything like that, she was that bitch, as you said.
She was that.
Right? She was my language world, but
she was that girl.
She was good.
Yes,
with that persona. They have tried to do this with Bianca, and I think they threw it at her to try to be a heel, and she didn't want to, or whatever it is. But one never knows. This is Triple H's world here.
Yep, and we're all just living in it. And
we're all just living.
And look at this here. Look at this beautiful picture. We got the OTC face to face with Jay. Ooh. Jay was about to walk away, but Roman held him back. Hold on, what's happening here? Come on, you better congratulate him. You better congratulate your right hand man, sir. What you got? That's right. Be proud. Yes. That's right. You my family, no matter what. I'm proud of you, bro. This is a beautiful scene.
Oh my goodness.
This is the first time we've seen them all together since WrestleMania. He said no yeet. He said no yeet. We've never heard Jey Uso use no yeet. He used no yeet on Roman and Jimmy. Listen. This is honestly something that could be relatable in real life in all families. You know what I mean? You like a lot of things in life, things grow apart sometimes, and each of these men had to find their own way. Should there be any resentment from Jimmy or Roman for the success that Jay has gotten?
There's a lot of resentments going on with the whole way that things went. Roman did get a little bit too full of himself a little bit. He did abuse his power a bit and treated a little like beneath him. When they all grew up together, their family.
Yes.
So yes, there are probably some resentments there. They used to play high school football together. They they've known each other all their lives.
Yep.
They're not just cousins. They were like brothers. They grew up together.
Yes.
So there's certain resentments there, and they're gonna have to get past that somehow. Somebody's got to swallow it a little bit, be a little humble, and say, hey, "Listen, I need you." It's got to happen. They give the storyline as they do. They stretch this thing to where we want immediate gratification, but okay, you're gonna stretch the story.
They love me and Councilman talk about it here all the time. We love a good slow cook. We love a stirring of the pot, the gumbo. You got to make sure that plate's nice and hot, and all that seasoning seeps into the cooking, and all that rice and beans and chuletas and whatever else you eat out there. You just got to have all that good stuff that comes with a good meal and making a great match. That's kind of like my analogy for a good match is like a good meal. Yeah. Like I want to be nice, full, and happy when it's over. And I'm sure that we're going to be nice, full, and very happy when this bloodline story finally comes to a head, or when they move on from a lot of the things that have transpired from the years. Because I mean, we're still rolling in from 4 years ago. Yeah. This is it's to be able to have this story last this long. This is easily, like I've said many times here before, easily becoming the second greatest story ever told. Yeah. The third, Judgment Day is a close third. But you got the Brothers of Destruction, the Bloodline, and those are your hottest stories ever.
Might I interject? The Stone Cold Vince McMahon era.
Oh, well, of course. There's no hotter rivalry than that. There will never be a hotter rivalry than that. But damn it. Yeah, that was a gift that kept on giving, because that was just never-ending stuff, never-ending rivalries. But here we got Chelsea Niven. How funny is that? Piper Niven and Chelsea Green come into the ring, and it looks like Piper Niven's going one-on-one with Lash Legend from NXT. We saw her and Jakara Jackson competing last week for the tag team titles against the big 2 out of 3, and they were rudely interrupted by Kevin Owens, which I'm still mad at you, Kevin, for that, by the way. We're gonna have to talk about that, okay?
He was upset.
I know he was upset, but guess what? You take it up with the boys, like man to man. You don't interrupt the women's match. We got nothing to do with this. But yeah, so we have one-on-one action. Lash Legend. I know now. Dad is familiar with NXT. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson would say that it's kind of taken. Some would say it's kind of taken a while for them to get their footing to that main roster. Do you, with what you've seen of them from NXT, being part of Metaphor with Noam Dar and Oro Mensah, and Lash Legend dominating in the women's North American contendership for that ladder match when Kehlani Jordan won, do you think that this is just the beginning for these two? And just by the look of them, just by looking at them with what you see or what you have seen so far, is there potential there for the ladies of the Metaphor?
I believe so. I'm more familiar with Lash. I've seen a few of her matches. I mean, she actually body slammed Otis.
Okay.
She's a powerhouse.
Okay.
She could give competition to our tag team champions.
Yes, she can.
Whether on a single match or on a tag team match. She's on their level as far as I think strength and skill. There is very much a lot of potential for her. If they can make this tag team thing work, yeah, I could see something there because I think that's what they're trying to do. I'm an old school guy. I remember how things went. Guys just got given stuff back then. Nowadays, when it seems like Shawn and Triple H, the guys who wanted to give you the 2 words to say all the time are now in control, which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that are giving opportunity. They're giving the opportunity to these younger people where Vince McMahon, I love Vince, he was a genius, but he liked his bigger people, his signature things, and he wanted things just his way. I like what Shawn and Triple H are doing because they seem like they're listening to the people. Mm-hmm. They're listening to the performers, the wrestlers themselves.
Yes, they are.
On storylines, giving them the opportunity to try it. Say, listen, here, I'm going to let you try it. Mm-hmm. Make it work. It's on you. Yep. If it works, it works. If it don't, let's revisit it. Let's do what we've got to do. But we're going to be given the opportunity. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this new attitude that's going in there. This is good. This is very good.
Yes, definitely. I definitely see a bright future for these two. They're both still very, very young, and they both have a lot of years ahead of them in this game. And I think that a lot of the thing that kind of pivoted how they were being pushed was Jakara Jackson. I think she had for a short span of time, she had an injury, so she was out of action for some time, and that's why they were kind of pushing Lash solo with the North American women's North American title matchup and everything, and the whole Trick Williams situation that was going on when they got a little heated with their relationship. But yeah, I definitely see a bright future for these girls. I'm so glad they're on the main roster and kind of broke away from that mold of being in a faction, because they definitely deserve to be up there. There's lots of opportunity for them, and there's lots of other women for them to work with, including the big 2 out of 3. I feel like last week's match was a little short-lived and a little bit of a tease, because I wanted to see more from all 4 of them, and I wanted to see how well they go in the ring. But I'm loving it so far. And let's go back into the chat and see what else is going on here. Mr. Opinionated, good to see you. He says, "Hi, honey, I'm home." That's my new saying for Honey's Watch Along. I love that. That's actually very clever, sir. I like the way you think. Boza says, "Something is up. We were supposed to have Bailey and Naomi versus the women's champion Queen Nia and the Money in the Bank Princess Tiffany, but Corey said something is up and they will update us." So there's been some changes. I don't know if that's maybe like a scripted thing, like a last minute change where they kind of had to shift or pivot in a certain way. But I definitely think this possibly could have came up because of the fact that last week the girls were kind of robbed of some time for their match. Now, like you said, Dad, you're an old school guy, and you've been watching wrestling for a lot longer than I have, and a lot longer than a lot of us here. So as far as and speaking of the big 2 out of 3, come on, Jade. Yes, Jade with that wig. I'm loving the Storm look. I'm loving it so much. Now, being that wrestling used to be a very male-dominated sport, what is your take on the fact that the women's wrestling has come up in such a big way that we have outgrown the evening gowns and the bras and panties and the divas? How important do you think it has been for the women to keep up and to be able to showcase athleticism and be able to work just as well as the guys in the ring? And who have you seen the most growth from since this women's division has changed?
I've been watching wrestling. My grandfather introduced me to it when I was 5 years old. So you could say I've had over 50 years of experience watching wrestling. If I go back to the Bruno Sammartino days, the real ancient days there, I would say the women's champions were always, Moolah had it for years. The fabulous Moolah had the championship for years. She had no real athletic, but she was a tough broad, so to speak.
Yes.
All right. They were never on the high in the list. They were kind of like a novelty match back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't really big, and even
wasn't really showcased a lot.
No, the 80s they did the same thing. Yeah, you had your Wendy Richter, okay, Alundra Blaze, okay,
Bull Nakano.
Yeah, and they try to beef it up, but it wasn't. I don't think it was in the cards for the person running WWE at that time. He really didn't look at that side of the fence. Now, once we get into the Attitude Era, the Divas Era, where you had your Trish, your Lita, your Victoria. Jackie.
Yep. Ivory. Molly Holly. My favorite of all, China. May she rest in peace. Absolutely.
They did everything they could to show that women could do it just as good as the men. When they main evented, when they did, was it Charlotte and Sasha Banks did a Hell in the Cell match, the first female Hell in the Cell match.
Yes. Or Sasha and Bianca being the first women first black women to main event, melanated women to main event WrestleMania. You know what I mean? And to go one-on-one. There's been a lot of big changes, and we've gone from divas wrestling to women's wrestling, and
to that lift, I knew she was going to do
that.
Come on now.
Lash is fired up, and I'm here for this because this is the way I needed to see Lash Legend from the jump. They're about to be my favorite. They're about to be my new favorite because I couldn't stand them in metaphor. I couldn't take it. I am like these. These girls have much more potential than that. Poor Chelsea.
Right? Poor Chelsea's
Chelsea's always getting this shit under the stick. This poor girl, Chelsea. What we gonna? But you know what? She's another low key underdog.
Yes.
A lot of people would say that Chelsea Green's growth. Oh my God! Look at this. The power of Lash Legend on Piper Niven.
Look at that.
1 and a 2 and a 3. And that is all she wrote. Lash Legend just got her first clean win on Friday night SmackDown. I have chills. I have goosebumps. I'm so happy for these girls. This is really awesome. And they're really about to be my new favorites.
She's a beast. No offense to the ladies out there, but that woman is a beast.
She's a problem. A problem with a capital P.
See, men should be nervous to wrestle her.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. She's a tough one.
She whoops that trick more than Trick whoops that trick.
I tell you.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you. Don't hide on that one. This is where they got to do this kind of talent.
They look absolutely phenomenal.
It's amazing. The women's that they've done the past couple of decades, how they've grown. The roster's grown.
Yep.
And they're put together. They're not just sex symbols, so to speak, as they were before back in the Attitude Era, maybe.
Yep.
They're serious competitors now.
Absolutely.
Serious competitors.
And
they're going for that belt, and they're going to look for success.
Yes, and then you know what? That's a good place to be in when you're going for the chase for the title, and you're right there at the cusp, and you're with the big fish. You're with Bianca and Jade. That you better bring it. These girls better bring it. So I hope that we see that match, and I need that rematch again really soon. And it looks like we're going to get some Crown Jewel title action going on, and we're going to we're counting down the weeks or days to Crown Jewel. Weeks anyway. Only a couple of weeks from now. It's in November.
I must say a little shout out to. I wonder when she's back. The one I miss, the Queen. I know we have Nia,
Charlotte Flair,
who's done very well.
She's been very quiet.
She is actually wrestles and done more wrestling that I've been more entertained than her father, watching her father. I watched her father for years.
That's crazy. That you heard it from the legend himself.
Charlotte was able to do her athleticism, the way she's able to carry herself. she seems to outshine her father, and I'm sure he's proud of her with that.
Oh, absolutely.
But I miss my Charlotte, so woo
Oh,
to her, and may she comes back soon.
I got you right here. There you go. Yeah, shout outs to Charlotte. But I was going into Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green has been the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
Like she definitely knows her place on this roster.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely knows how to work the mic. She's funny. She's good in promos. She's a pain in the ass.
Yep.
She's good at making you hate her, but she also makes you like her at the same time, which is a really hard thing to do. But she definitely showcased her highlight. She definitely had a highlight of the year with the women's Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Do you see a possibility for Chelsea Green to be a champion?
There's a good possibility that she could weasel away with it. Because, not for nothing, I've been up and down with Chelsea. I remember seeing her in TNA. So I've been up and down with her. Lately, since Money in the Bank, she's not just the annoying girl that is always being a Karen to Nick Aldis.
As Boza loves to say. We know Boza in the chat.
She's actually doing stuff. That fall from the ladder through the tables. That dumpster match that she did, and that fall she took in there to take the loss. And the garbage all over her. They're playing it off. The whole I'm gagging.
Going to NXT, facing off with was it Jordan Grace? She faced? No, not Jordan Grace. It was
You probably caught that one. Yeah.
Damn it! Damn it! She just fought on NXT a couple weeks ago. But then she was also teaming with Ariana Grace, Santino Morella's daughter. That's Ariana Grace, which was probably one of my favorite moments on NXT. They should definitely put those two together. But Chelsea Green definitely, in my eyes, has a lot of potential to become a champion for the women's.
She does.
She would absolutely kill it.
Yeah. She got mic skills.
Yes.
Which is always a plus for if you're going to be a champion. You got to have some mic skills.
You have to.
She's good. She could annoy the hell out of you.
Yep. And she feeds into it.
She could be that maybe like how Carmella was.
Yeah, there you go.
Carmella was a similar one. She was annoying, but thought she was the princess of everything.
Staten Island.
Yeah, the princess of Staten Island. So we could see some similarities like that. That might happen there. And Chelsea, I wouldn't be surprised if possibly maybe for the new belts that are coming.
There you go.
Maybe the women's IC belt.
Okay.
Or the USA, whichever
a USA title.
For the women's.
Okay.
Perhaps that will be her opportunity where we may see her take a title shot, take the title for a little while, maybe, and hold on to it. So
I like that.
It's possible.
So Cliff raises a good question. He says, "Honey and Papa Honey, do you think that the women should have a secondary title that's not the US or IC title, maybe the TV title?" Well, Dad just mentioned it, and I also said the USA title. I mean, we're going to be on USA, we're not really going to be on USA for long because we're going to be going into Netflix really soon. As far as SmackDown goes, maybe they could have a USA TV title, kind of similar to what AEW does with the TNT title as well. So I definitely think that that's a possibility. Good question.
Back in the day, there was just the one title, a woman's title. The tag team titles all of a sudden came to women. I was excited.
Yes.
You got to do it. Now as the women, you're developing this roster. You got to have more belts involved. Like the men, give them the equal level of belt opportunities.
Yes.
As the men.
Absolutely.
Have it out there. Let them have it. Absolutely.
We got tribal chief segments, the Godfather segments of the tribal chief. I'm so excited for this. I'm glad to see this. He was looking away and then he looked over and Jimmy was on his shoulder. He was like this. That was so good. So good. I'm so happy Jimmy's back though. Yeah. I'm so happy Jimmy's back on TV. Little Kishi.
The wise man. They mentioned the wise man.
They did mention the wise man. That's the first time he's mentioned the wise man in a while. Shout outs to that picture that's posted up in the back. 2 title Roman. God, what a time that was. Uh-oh. Jimmy, you tried. It's time to do it my way. Let's fix this. How are you going to do that? What are you planning, Roman? He said, "I'm gonna." What did he just say? Did he just say I'm gonna acknowledge Solo? Oh hell to the no! Oh hell to the no! This is a conspiracy. No, wait, nah, Roman, you're playing chess. You better be playing chess, not checkers, mofo.
Yeah. No, this can't happen.
There's no way. There's no way. No way.
We all know Roman has to outsmart them.
Yes.
He's gonna have to, because the muscle and the viciousness of the Timu bloodline is there. Roman got something up his sleeve. He's got to. He's gotta have something up his sleeve.
Damn, Boza. I want to know what Chelsea Green did to you, because you cannot stand her.
He don't like her.
He says he calls her WWE's Karen, but look what he says. I'm surprised Corey and Wade didn't faint at the smell of Karen. My God.
She took a bath from last.
She
last
did,
time.
yes.
A couple of baths since that dumpster match.
Yeah, I would hope so. She looked phenomenal today. She looked like she washed up and cleaned up real nice. You know, she was in her heels and stuff. I think she was back to normal. But yeah, that's a funny comment. Bo Said So has a question. He goes, Chief Pops, is China the best in your opinion?
Absolutely. She was something. When she saw that she fought men, she could handle men.
Yeah.
She won the Intercontinental title from Jarrett.
Up 5 years ago yesterday. We talked about it on the show.
She was. I tell you, she was big for the women's division then.
She was big she was big for the women's division, or even the Attitude Era period. She was the only woman and the first woman of D-Generation X. You might as well call her their first lady.
Yeah, absolutely.
She didn't have to say nothing. She was their muscle. She was there whenever they needed her. And then
who had a manager like that? Miss Elizabeth wasn't big like that, even though I love my Miss Elizabeth. Don't get me wrong.
Miss Elizabeth was like the opposite version of what China would be.
China was like the bodyguard.
Yeah.
She would mess you up if you got in the face.
I never get tired of hearing the story of how Triple H and Shawn met her in the hotel lobby. Yes. And he was like, there's this jacked up chick in the lobby. And boom, there she was. And it was like, you want to come hang with us and try out with us and be part of D-Generation X? I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love it.
Rest in peace, China. Unfortunate things happen, but during her time, her height, and I gotta say she was my favorite. Yes, I love others, but I always have a special for some reason.
Yeah, Dad had a soft spot for China back then, especially when she went solo, became the 9th wonder of the world, was living more in her truth and her women's femininity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a brolic girl when she started, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. By all means, we love women's wrestling here, but to be able to go from an iconic figure that was more like a security guard to being the 9th wonder of the world. Yeah. Big freaking deal. And she climbed mountains and moved them for sure. But speaking of climbing and moving mountains, we have the undisputed champion in the house, Cody Raheem Rhodes, as a lot of us say in the chat, because he's down for the culture and down with the culture as always. He is here, and I think we know what he wants to talk about tonight.
Oh, sure.
That big crown jewel champion. What do you think of that belt anyway? You dig it? Or a little too big, a little bulky?
I think it's a little much.
I think it's a little too
bigger
much.
Than
it's huge.
Their regular titles, but
it looks bulky like the way an AEW title looks. It's huge.
It looks heavy as hell too.
It does.
But
it does look heavy as hell.
I mean, look at the case they brought it in. It was a huge case, and 2 people had to carry that thing.
I'm surprised that I'm able to hang up those belts as heavy as they are. That one is probably gonna fall. And those are real crystals too. Like that, Saudi Arabia, they're no joke over there for crown jewels. So
this is all business, good business. Saudi Arabia has gotten very popular they love their wrestling over there.
Yes, they do.
So I can see what they're doing. They're doing things to include them. WWE is gonna be branch out more than just Saudi Arabia. I mean, they did good in France. They did good in England, and I mean the pops they were getting.
Mm-hmm.
They're truly going to be, I believe, World Wrestling Federation. Entertainment. Yeah. I'm old school. The Federation fell in. But they're going to touch different parts of the world. So this may be just the beginning. There may be others out there for the different parts of the world where they can get that audience and entertain the people out there. Because there's fans all over the place that cannot see this like we do, probably all the time like we do. So I think that's Triple H's thing. Trying to entertain everyone, reach out to everybody, touch everybody in the world with this. Yeah. Which, good for business.
Boza says here, I think this is in regards to us talking about Charlotte Flair. He said, word on the street is that her injury is a little worse than they thought. And Cindy had said that on Monday. I believe she did too. Now that I recall. Bobby says I miss Shotzi Blackheart and Shinsuke Nakamura on my TV. I do too. Shotzi, I think what didn't she get injured or something like that? Yeah. She got injured, and Shinsuke was in Japan. He also did a house show as well. I think he faced LA Knight or somebody like that. But yeah, Shinsuke is doing well. I miss him on my TV too, though. I do miss Shinsuke. I love Shinsuke. I miss Shinsuke. Let's see. Mr. Opinionated. Oh no, excuse me. I'm sorry. Jordan Kirby here asks, is Dad Team Yeet or Team Yeah?
Wow.
Oh, that's hard. That's tough. Because I don't even know what team I'm on. If you're talking about Team Yeet or no Yeet, I know what team I'm on. But Team Yeet versus Yeah.
Yeah. I have to lean with my Team Yeet. I have to lean with them. I've known them. I've seen them when they first came out. I remember when the Usos first came out with the sarongs and the face paint, and they did the dance on top. Yeah. They were there with their father, Rikishi.
Yes.
I have to go with them, even though LA Knight, I remember him when he was not just, it was like,
dummy. Yeah.
Jinx. TNA, which I thought was great. I guess he can't do that over here. But as far as performance-wise, yes, LA Knight, I'm not taking nothing away from him. It's taken him a while. He really has. He's hung in there. Yeah. But he's been up and down in there.
I guess he has like a similar road to how AJ Styles did, because you know how long it took AJ Styles to come over. You know what I mean? So I think that he's getting that same rub. I'm just glad he finally has gold around his waist as well. And he's definitely paid. He definitely earned his stripes throughout the past couple of years. You know, the rivalry with Bray, the rivalry with Roman, the rivalry with the getting ready for Money in the Bank and things like that. You know, of winning the U.S. title. You know, that's very important. But yeah, so that to answer your question, let's give him a yeet. Bo says that Sol Ruka is the best rookie. Have you gotten a chance to see Sol Ruka on the NXT side? She's like the surfer blonde, high flyer. She does the X Factor like X Pac. Is that an RKO off of the turnbuckle? Listen, that move. Listen, that's probably one of my favorite moves to watch. The Soul Snatcher, she calls it. Her name is Sol Ruka. It's the Soul Snatcher. I think that is the sickest name for a finishing move. She did a nasty one for the North American title, for the women's North American title off the ladder. So I feel like that's going to be like her niche, where she creates moments like that. I could totally see her in like the Money in the Bank or something like that on the main roster. Can you imagine? Or a TLC women's like contendership match or something. Oh, Sol Ruka. Absolutely.
I gotta pay attention to her a little bit more. Thank you for that. I'm going to guess.
Sol Ruka is the ish. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Nice. Cliff, friend, of course, you know, subtly disagrees with the fact that about Charlotte and Ric Flair. He says, ain't no way in God's green earth did Charlotte outshine Ric Flair. I think in some cases, I guess that's true. That is very true.
But she become champion 17 times, and let's revisit that.
Yep. Basically. And of course, Cody Rhodes with some fighting words, of course, for his challenger that he will be facing off a Crown Jewel, Gunther, for the Crown Jewel title. How do you feel about the Crown Jewel title stipulations, and who's winning this?
Yeah, this was a hard one.
Gunther versus Cody.
Yeah, this is hard to pick.
You would think that this would be for the undisputed title, but both of these men have championships.
Yeah, no, their titles will not be on the line. Their respective titles. This is more. It seems like bragging rights, I guess I call it.
Yes.
To see who's the better champion, because what did Gunther call him, a secondary champion?
The disrespect. I mean, I think Councilman would also agree that he's kind of not lying. Yeah. but sorry, all you Cody crybabies, but we were Team Roman in WrestleMania. Just so you know, if you didn't know, now you do. But I can't keep her waiting, because she has been in the waiting room for some time. We have a special guest with us, another one here. You know her as the PR media princess of WWT. She is your go-to girl for all things Elite and AEW. And don't you dare, Councilman warned you before, don't you dare talk shit about her Dolphins either, because she'll come and whoop that ass. Miss Stone Cold Courtney Rice in the house.
Hi. Hi.
And I brought a special guest here. We got a VIP guest, Dad, my
Oh,
tribal chief
hi.
in real life.
Oh, your tribal chief. Oh, he has the Ula Fala.
He does have the Ulafala. Yes, he came prepared.
Yes, and it says,
Acknowledge your dad. Acknowledge your daddy.
Yes.
I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. I love you, my tribal chief. Courtney, thank you so much for joining us. We had a wonderful show here on WWT Live earlier, and you're here with us. You have been doing double duties with watch-alongs and AEW and things like that and of that nature, but you're here with us on SmackDown for the Honey Night SmackDown watch-along. What do you think of tonight's event so far? Have you seen anything? Do you want me to give you some spoilers?
I actually have been watching SmackDown within the last hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was nice to see. Actually, I was very surprised to see Jey Uso on SmackDown.
That was pleasant. That was very pleasant.
But I was not surprised because considering his brother was on Raw. So it was like, okay, let's see what Jey has to do. He's Intercontinental Champion, but it was nice to see him. And then, of course, he said, no yeet as of right now.
That's the first time I think we've ever heard him say that. Because it was always Jimmy that said no yeet.
That's the first time. And then also, oh my God, that tag team match was crazy, but it's just a wild finish because I just felt so bad for the Street Profits because I love DIY and I love Johnny, but it's like, I really thought the Street Profits had it won and I thought it was like a double pin, but well, we shall see what happens in that tag team match.
We shall see. And apparently Kevin Owens, I don't think he's going to be very upset much longer because he did say on the socials that if this video does not play, he will be very upset and will be taking it with WWE management. But we got Kevin Owens spilling out his feelings and his guts about Cody Rhodes, and he's pretty damn pissed that everything is revolving around Cody. Boza, I don't know about KO being jealous. But we talked about this earlier on the show that KO is kind of in the position to be in the right. I would feel some type of way if I was Kevin Owens. I've been helping you try to beat this tribal chief and this bloodline's ass for years, and you go ahead and turn around and you team up with him. And then you think that we're just going to be okay with it. I think Kevin Owens is suffering from major PTSD, considering that, he's had some betraying moments, but he was always on the other end of the betrayals. Do you think there's a little bit of hypocrisy there, or is Kevin Owens in the right?
It's kind of mixed feelings because we've all seen what Kevin Owens has done throughout the years. How he portrayed Sami Zayn, how he portrayed Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, your favorite.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate betrayal.
That was
the best friendship that you ever had. Still suffering.
I know, but I don't know. I just have a feeling he may screw Cody at Crown Jewel because I feel like for this match, we've seen what Cody can do. I feel like this is a win that would help Gunther a lot more than Cody.
Okay. That's a very good way to put it. Dad, what do you think? Do you think that Kevin Owens is jealous, or do you think he has the right to feel this way about Cody's movements?
I understand his history, his betrayals, where he's betrayed people, and but I can understand how he's doing this thing with Cody though. He's gotten beat down a lot by the bloodline. Kevin Owens has never very rarely came up on top of us against Roman or whatever, or the team of bloodline. So for him to be a certain kind of way, yeah, I can understand where he would feel a certain way. How could you ally yourself with the enemy? But then Cody's in the position where my enemy is my ally. If we have a common enemy, we got to band together. My enemy becomes my ally to fight a common force. I could understand where Cody went with that one there. So I think Kevin Owens going a little nuts here. From what I just saw here on the screen there, looks like Randy is very much involved, and Randy just said he wants Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel.
Oh, that's gonna be a good match. That's gonna be really good.
That match is going to be so hot. That match is going to be crazy. You got the Legend Killer versus Kevin Owens, and not for nothing, Kevin Owens ain't no scrub. It's not like Kevin Owens just got here. Kevin Owens is a future legend. He's a veteran in his own right. But I digress. I mean, there's a lot to be said from this fallen friendship. But we got triple tag team action coming up after this commercial. A-Town Down Under making their way to the
They're still
ring.
together.
And yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
know.
I know.
I know. I know. Trust me, I know. They're still together. Yep. Like Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Yep, they're still together. It just makes you sick. They're like the couple that will never break up. You know? Like I kind of want A-Town Down Under to break up because I really want Grayson Waller to have a singles run. I think Grayson Waller is phenomenal. We already know what Austin Theory can do. Being that he got that little nudge from his other daddy, Vince. when Roman said, "Your daddy's not here anymore."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Totally shut that shit down in a big way. But Jeffrey makes a good point here. He says Randy should go and talk to Triple H. I mean, who better to talk to than your own mentor about the situation?
Yep.
You know,
You may have to go over his head, over Nick Aldis's head.
you might have to. You might have to. But if Nick Aldis doesn't give him the match, Randy will definitely go to Triple H and be like, "Give me the damn match." I mean, at this point, I don't think Randy Orton is in a position to the point where he has to ask for a match. You give that legend a match, okay?
Yeah.
But Jeffrey, you're playing with fire here. He says, but the New Day's got to break up, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Nobody, you know what's so funny? And I will say this, and Dad knows this. We were in the beginning, the New Day for me was just annoying. In the very, very beginning, we kind of felt that way. We were just like, what is this? I'm not feeling it. But then Big E, you know, being the guy that he is and all the charisma that he has and how funny he is, and of course Xavier and Kofi, it grew on, it caught on. You know, I bought the cereal, I bought the pancakes, Booty-O's. I bought them. I'm guilty.
Yep.
I was getting my New Day rocks on and, you know, wearing unicorn colors and blowing on trumpets.
We had the unicorn horns
The
too.
unicorn horns. Yeah, we actually went to a SmackDown with those unicorn horns.
Glue, I think.
Biggie,
we miss him.
Without Biggie,
He was
yeah.
the glue.
Without Big
He really
E,
was, man.
I probably would have never gotten into the New Day being a thing or a faction. But Vince pushed them so much because he thought they were freaking hilarious, and it worked.
Yes, it did.
It worked. It was one of the few things that he pushed that actually worked. Yeah. So I can't be mad at it. But the New Day anniversary is next month, and they are hinting at some breakups. Yeah. I'm not saying I want it to happen. Yeah. I know. I definitely don't want the New Day to break up, but I think it's run that course. Because not for nothing, we can't sit here and say the New Day shouldn't break up when you got the Usos becoming their own men now. Yeah, you need Xavier Woods on that singles run. You need Kofi back on that singles run too. Because for Kofi to have Kofi Mania and then lose that title in seconds, stupid. Yep. He's stupid. Yeah. He's owed more. So I definitely think that there's going to be a slight pivot in the New Day. I don't want it to happen. I hate the thought of it because I fell in love with them so much. But now I think it's getting to that point. But we got A-Town Down Under on their way to the ring. Then we also have excuse me, what's the other tag team? The other tag team. There's Legado de Fantasma, and then the Motor City Machine Guns will be making their debut in a few moments. Yeah. So we're gonna see a brand new tag team debuting on the main roster. I think this has been a great night. Lash Legend getting a win, getting the pin on Piper Niven.
She's gonna be something.
Girl,
she had that athleticism on Piper, like the way she carried her in that match. And I was like,
yes. Ooh. Look, Lash Legend looked like a vet. She looked like a vet in the ring with her. Yeah. So I think she's prime and ready to go. So I'm here for the era of Lash Legend for sure. Yes. This is the Lash Legend I've always wanted to see. And here we are, Los Garza. I guess they did change their name. They're not Legado.
They were called that before.
Where's Santos Escobar?
Yes, Santos.
I'm not sure how I feel. They've been trying to rebrand the Latinos for a minute, man.
Yes, they have.
But it works.
Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Here we go. We got a debut, everybody. Here comes MCMG, also known as the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. This is a huge deal.
And if you have not watched them, you better watch all their matches from TNA back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what I said. These guys are very explosive. They're very talented. They've got a lot of charisma.
Wow. I can't believe what I'm looking at on my TV.
Yes.
This is a
Look
bit
at
this
them.
is like seeing Joe Hendry on the main roster. And wait till we get to that. Because you know that's
my
gonna
God.
happen. Joe
It's gonna
Hendry, I
happen
call it.
soon.
And you know what? Shout outs to Pat you, because my husband was the one who said this to me too. And I honestly believe that this would definitely happen. Joe Hendry, entrant number 30 at the freaking Rumble and win it.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Make
Fans will be going
believers
nuts.
out of all of us. Just make believers out of us all. These we got TNA superstars on WWE soil. That's so freaking amazing. Oh, hello.
You would have never told me this back in like 03, 04. That this was
Never.
gonna happen.
Oh hell no! The door would never open for that forbidden door. Where? What? That Shawn Michaels and Triple H are like, what door?
Yeah.
They're like, this is Sparta, kicking it down. They're not even having it. Not having it.
Yep.
And here we go. The Motor City Machine Guns. The bell has rung, and we are underway. Triple tag match here. Los Garza, Motor City Machine Guns, and A-Town Down Under.
Ooh.
Here could possibly change the terrain here, the tag team division on SmackDown.
They
Yeah.
definitely
Being
could.
here,
Yes, they definitely could.
Yeah.
I feel like this is pretty much on the cusp of how the Rascals came to NXT, and they kind of elevated things a bit. Unfortunately, they split them, which I still can't for the life of me figure out why.
I don't know why either.
But hey, Jeffrey says Vince would have never allowed this. You damn right he wouldn't have. You would not have. Bobby says one day I could see Jordan Grace winning the Royal Rumble match as well. So we haven't seen much of Jordan Grace on WWE soil as much as we were, over the summer. We saw her on NXT. We saw her appear at the Rumble. Is it possible that we see Jordan Grace, considering all this partnership with TNA, on the main roster sooner than later, guys? Maybe.
It's a possible. Maybe we could see her at the Royal Rumble again soon, but it's a possibility she could be, because it looks like she's bound to go.
Oh, what a chop. Nasty chop. Motor City Machine Guns. See, this is where they thrive. They move fast and they're very in sync because they know each other in and out for a long, long time. So veterans in the game. And the crowd is pretty hot for them right now.
Yeah. It's,
South Carolina is lit right now.
yes.
Boza says, yes, I could see Jordan Grace bypassing NXT. Like NXT is just to get the TNA eyes on there as well, and then boost her up to the main roster, because we kind of technically have already seen her on WWE soil, like the main roster soil, because of the Rumble. It was one of the big fours. I think that's a huge deal. But yeah, not under Vince would they be in WWE. The winners here, Boza says, winners here meet DIY next week, and the winners the winners of that match will then get to the Bloodline at some point, which might probably be the SmackDown of Crown Jewel. Are they going to be in Saudi Arabia for SmackDown as well? I know they're going to be there for Raw. But Boza says, amen, honey, I can see it. Bobby believes in Joe Hendry. Jeffrey's freaking out. He's going crazy because the TNA matches are awesome here on WWE and Motor City Machine Guns, and of course Miss Elektra Lopez. He also says this is surreal. I still can't believe this. Bobby says, imagine a singles match between Jordan Grace and Bianca Belair. Now that
would be crazy.
That is a hell of a match. The EST versus the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is
that
women's division.
That just gives you the stank face. Like,
yes.
How about
we had one person who was in China, but now you're looking at multiple women that have this skill and this strength.
Yep.
To be able to hang in there and give great matches and great performances. This is better than I've ever seen. And oh my God,
top notch
stuff that they're putting out there for us.
What do you think? What dream matches you got?
I was gonna say, how about Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill?
Oh my God.
That's another.
Lord have mercy. I would like to see Jordan Grace versus Chelsea Green just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Because I know Chelsea's gonna make that match. She's gonna sell the hell out of that match.
She's a
She will sell it.
Definitely.
I'm so here for that.
Or like I don't know, Jordan versus Queen Nia.
Jordan and Queen Nia. Oof. Oh my God. Have like a infamous Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant moment.
That slam. Slam heard around the world, and Flash is able to pick up the slam.
Lash could do if Lash could do it to Piper Niven. I wouldn't put it past Lash to even do it to Nia as well. That would be a moment.
Yes.
That would be a moment. Jordan Kirby's so happy to have the Motor City Machine Guns on his TV right now. Jordan Grace versus Piper Niven. Jordan Grace versus Lash Legend or Piper Niven. I like these. I like these a lot. I like it a lot. You know what else I like, guys? I like merch.
Merch.
I like merch. And
some merch.
I think you guys should go cop some merch. Go check out our merch commercial, and shout outs to our sponsors at All Caribbean Wrestling.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Yes, please don't make her fight you. She says it every time, and I recommend you don't do it. But we are back from the commercial, just like USA right now, and back into the triple tag team action. A-Town Down Under versus Los Garza and Motor City Machine Guns making their debut in the process. All right.
Ooh.
Here's the golden question, y'all. Who we got winning this? I think it's obvious.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I would think.
You got to do this.
TNA debut is definitely TNA debut on SmackDown, first time ever. I definitely think that Motor City Machine Guns got this in the bag. But we're not going to sit here and act like A-Town Down Under or Scrubs or anything. But I think there will be some shenanigans that could possibly break them up, because they've been hinting at it for quite some time.
Yes, they have. Even when they were feuding with DIY, Johnny dropped in some points.
Oh my God, DIY and Motor City Machine Guns would absolutely slap.
Yeah.
That match would be insane. Insane. And of course, you cannot forget the long-awaited WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. They got the 2-day combo tickets on sale next Friday.
Fastly approaching.
Hope y'all saved y'all pennies.
For Vegas. And also, don't forget Saturday night main event in December.
Saturday night main event in December in Long Island. Yes, it's going to be pretty litty around the city. I like how I did that. I just did that by accident. I was just off the top, y'all. But yep. Let's see what else everybody's saying here in the chat. Mr. Opinionated became a new YouTube member and is now officially part of the WWT subscriptions. We love that. We love to see the support here. Shout outs to you, Mr. Opinionated. Bobby says Motor City Machine Guns. Kirby says Motor City Machine Guns. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Oh, we're still talking about some women's matches and opportunities here. Grace and Nia will break the ring. Jordan Grace versus Naomi. Jordan Grace versus Naomi, but the role reversed with Naomi as the heel, which I'm assuming is from a reference to their TNA interaction. When Naomi, formerly known as Trinity in TNA, was champion there as well before she came back home. Everybody's saying Motor City Machine Guns. It's unanimous.
Yeah.
And it looks like they are looking. We're looking like we're going home.
Yeah.
On the show now. Looking to wrap things up here. What we got?
Yeah. Look at them.
Nice.
It made me go back.
One and a 2 and a 3. Motor City Machine Guns have come out on top and had a successful SmackDown debut. Congratulations. And now it's going to be DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. This match is going to be so
Oh my
good.
God.
This match needs
That's a
like
good
that.
matchup.
That
So
match
cool.
needs like a stipulation. It needs like a street fight or something.
It
I
needs
feel like
it. It needs-
I don't.
it
I don't
needs
know. It just needs chaos. I just want
It-
chaos. We're on our way to war in war games, and I need chaos to build constantly.
Yeah.
everywhere. And here we go. The best out of seven. Best
boy.
out of seven series. Game.
Oh boy.
Game 7
Mhm.
of Andrade versus Mello. He is him. And if you're him and you have a quote like Mello don't miss, you best not. Oh my God. We're fighting now?
Yep.
We're fighting now
Sure.
in suits? You know what? Screw it. Throw the whole rule book away. The heat is picking up. The heat is picking up for Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. And honestly, this was a surprising matchup for them to make such a big deal of. But both of these men have potential, and both of these men are capable of outdoing the other. I don't know who to really vote for on this, but I did do my honey pot predictions earlier, and I did say Andrade. So yeah, there's that.
The best of 7 got to have some great simulation. Though. They've had some great matches, so
Oh yes.
perhaps they got to
After the first one,
something juicy.
yeah,
Wait for the first-
it needs some more. It needs some more oomph.
Yeah.
But we got the glowy one, Miss Naomi, heading out to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to see her hubby's back on the TV also. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I love knowing that Naomi and Jimmy are back, and they're probably hanging out, you know, in the back, and like the family is back again and everything. Even though she was yeeting with Jey Uso during Bad Blood in the VIP lounge in the backstage area, which I think is quite funny, being that she's the wifey of Jimmy Uso. Everybody showing some love. It's time to glow. Oh, Wilson says we found out Game 7 was pushed to next week, so I guess we're not getting that match. You know what I think they did? I think that they pivoted because we were all complaining, and I'm going to say bitching and moaning because that women's match was short last week. So we needed some more women's work tonight, and we got it with Lash Legend and Piper Niven, and now we have it with Naomi as well. So give you know, we had that hashtag give the divas a chance, but let the women run it, man. Let them. They know what they're doing. Okay.
Give them a chance. That's what they're doing. Give them a chance and see how they run with it. That's the best thing for them. Instead of being controlled and saying you got to do it this way, we've scripted it this way. No, let's see what ideas you have. It's a very good way to do things.
Absolutely.
I want to know what you think about how we should run this match. What do you think? And then we make a plan on it and make it work where it entertains us all.
Yep.
You
And
know?
also, really cool surprise, and thank you, Bobby, for that. We did see Candice LeRae appear to Nia Jax, which is really quite ballsy. But we can't forget, Candice LeRae is not a scrub either. She has fought men.
Yes.
She has fought men in street fights and death matches and jumped off ladders and she's bled in matches. She's given literally her blood, sweat, and tears to the business. So shout out to Mrs. Wrestling for getting some of that TV time. It's really good. I mean, we didn't really have much of the women's stuff advertised, and I'm not sure if that was done on purpose or not, because I'm seeing the women all over the place. You know what I mean? And I'm loving
and also for someone that's nicknamed the Poison Pixie, you better put her on TV.
You need to run with that. Yeah. You need to run with that. Absolutely.
And then plus it would be great for her to at least be with her husband. It would be nice because I just would love to see her and Johnny at least.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if they'll bring that back, the mixed tag matches.
They should.
They were fun. They were fun while they lasted.
Yeah.
Say again, Courtney?
I think they did do that. I know they did it with Bash in Berlin.
No, I know, but like, remember when they had like a mixed tag match?
Oh
like,
yeah,
or whatever it was. Like, I think that would be cool.
My favorite was Braun and Alexa Bliss.
Team Little Big.
Yeah,
Team Little
they were my favorite. He was so big and she was a little tiny.
She was so tiny.
But they were fun together,
and it worked.
Yeah, it did work.
Oh yeah, that would be great. I wouldn't mind.
You also had Miz and Maurice around that time, I think.
Miz
and Maurice around that time.
Oh my God,
the most Hollywood couple of all Hollywood couples. Let's see. Trying to think of any other. Oh, Naomi and Jimmy teamed up.
All right.
Oh,
Naomi and Jimmy teamed
Yeah.
up for sure. The Mixed Max Challenge. There you go, Jeffrey. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Johnny and Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I would be picking them to win. I would be picking them to win.
I know. I would go with them.
Boza says, I agree with Honey. They knew they screwed up last week with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, and that match would have been short if there would have been a best of 7. So that's fine. Like Sean and Triple H, damn it, you slow cooking mofos, you know what to do, and I love it. Asuka and the Miz, that's right. It was Asuka and the Miz.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, because she was talking to him in Japanese, and he was like, "What is?" I love it. Lana and Rusev, Braun Strowman and Ember Moon, AJ and Charlotte was a tag team too.
yep.
The only ones who I think that really can't work together, that they say it's awkward, and I read this in her book because she said it was awkward, an awkward phase to work with him. Seth and Becky.
I was about to say yes.
Seth and Becky. Finn and Sasha Banks was a really good team.
Oh God,
Finn
I
and
remember
Sasha
that tag
Banks was a
team.
very underrated team. We got 2 NXT goats, and then on top of that, yeah, that was good.
That was
But
so good.
But yeah, I feel like that would be cool to bring back the mixed match challenge.
Oh my goodness.
I can't even say it. Let's see. Candice is only on TV because she's the new WWE Speed Women's Champion.
That's true.
But
That's right.
she is the Speed Women's Champion, but that's only for Twitter or X, whatever they call it now. But so they can't really have the title on TV because it's sponsored by Twitter. So I wouldn't say that she's only on TV just because she's the Speed Women's Champion, but I do think that she makes a good case for being a contender on the roster for sure.
Well, she's been hitting for a while. Her and Indy.
Yeah. They showed Indy too.
On the roster for a while, so maybe it's their opportunity now. See what they do.
And speaking of, there they are.
There
Okay, so we got Bailey versus the women's speed champion here. And Naomi's in her corner, and then we have Indy in Mrs. Wrestling's corner, and the Queen is being summoned or has summoned herself to be a part of the spectators here.
I smell shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, that smells shenanigans, and you just might be right, because when the Queen is there, I think there's going to be some trouble for everybody.
Yeah, will be some.
I cannot get over Nia Jax and how well she has improved, how much she has improved, how great she looks. She looks healthy. She looks strong. We know that she had suffered from a lot of injuries, and there was a lot of like mishaps and things with her in the ring. The growth of Nia Jax coming into this year has been my favorite Nia Jax to date, and probably the best version we'll ever see of her. And this is going to be good. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. The Crown Jewel is shaping up to be so far like a really good event. I wonder where it could, like, there's still so much time until we have to get to War Games that it's like, where the hell are we going to be by then? We don't even know. Like, the only thing we do know is that the bloodline Civil War has to happen. That's the one thing we all have been talking about for quite some time. And speaking of bloodline, do we get a female bloodline of some sort? Do you guys think we should get a women's bloodline, considering that you have Nia Jax and Naomi?
Longest.
I've
been saying it. Why not have the females involved in the bloodline? Nia's family. Naomi, by marriage, still family. When you had, I was saying this when Tamina was there. Tamina would have been
Tamina.
To make a Samoan syndicate or whatever you want to call it. And to have the females involved. Yeah, of course. Yes.
Absolutely. Considering also we have the Tonga twins from Women of Wrestling. They were last seen when they were leaving the promotion to go to the NXT Performance Center. They were seen over the summer. And they put up a picture of them two sitting on the NXT Performance Center ring training. And we haven't seen much since. So I would love for Nia to get some constituents, and make the Tonga twins part of her Queen's Court.
Oh, that would be nice. That'd be nice for her.
Roman had the twins.
Now Nia will have some female twins. Hey, that's
Yeah, Lou Albano had the twins. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just a there's just something about a women's bloodline that would just make it so much more oosy juicy to me.
Increase their storylines. They've been doing well with the women's storylines, but yeah, let's make it juicier. Let's make it, get it really interesting and get it personal and whatever it may be.
Yep.
And not just the flash and stuff like that. Get some deep storylines like the Bloodline has had. Whether you hate him or you love him, or but you still want to watch him.
I tell you right now, man, you make Nia Jax a woman's tribal chief, it's over for y'all. Oh. And y'all thought y'all hated Nia before?
Oh,
she's gonna be a problem as Queen of the Ring champion and the leader of a faction. Forget it.
Yeah.
Get it. Mr. Opinionated says, I agree. The ladies of the bloodline will be like the pink ladies for the T-Birds. Basically,
yeah.
That is, you know what? You hit the nail on the head.
Oh my goodness.
I liked that a lot. I really did like that. That was very, very clever. Very clever.
It's nice to see Nia get her opportunity because we all know when she left.
Yep.
I guess that was when Vince was running stuff. Things weren't so good. It's again what I've mentioned before. Triple H given that opportunity. Come on, Nia, come back.
Yes.
Let's see what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we could do. And she seems much happier now being there than she was before she left because we could see it. You can see when a performer's not happy.
Yeah.
You could kind of look in between the lines and you can see it. She seems happy with what she's doing now. She's back and she's enjoying what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a plus for everybody, I think, right?
Yeah. I would think so too. Jeffrey says, put Naomi with the OG bloodline and Nia with the Timu bloodline. Now that
would be crazy.
Okay. Jeffrey, I love the way you think. You love to cook it up. I love it.
Nice thinking, Jeff.
Mr. Opinionated has a question for Miss Stone Cold Courtney Rice. Are you doing a Rampage watch along?
No, I will not be doing a watch along for a Rampage. But you can also catch me every Wednesday on Dynamite. That's the only show I do watch along for. I don't do it for Rampage. I don't do it for Collision. Only if it's necessary. Yeah, it's like an hour. And plus, Dynamite's always the main show. And other than that, I do pay-per-views. So
yeah, definitely. But good question there. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Opinionated. Let's see. Bobby says, I would put the Tonga twins in the women's bloodline. Jeffrey says the Tonga twins have been socializing with a lot of WWE talent as well. Tribal Queen Honey, not Chief. Hey, make sure you acknowledge your tribal chief. And you know what? I always do this, and I got to do it again.
Can't no man knock me out. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody. This is my show. This is my camera. I run it all.
Like, I feel like that would be such a dope intro to a song. Like just that, like Roman's voice doing that part, because I get so hyped and amped up. I just want to rage.
Didn't I say something similar to that when I came in? Yeah. I came up from Florida to see my children, and I said, yeah, I'm the tribal chief.
The tribal chief.
No one can knock me.
I love it. Oh, what a good time we're having here. And you know what's crazy, guys? We only have 20 minutes left. I feel like these 2 hours just flew.
Where did that go?
It goes quick. Where's the time going?
And it's worse than Raw, because on Monday night, but the last 2 weeks have been screwing me up for 2 hours, man. Because the last 2 nights I'm looking around like, that's it. We're done. That's it. Wait, it's over. But it is what it is, and they will be back to 3 hours in no time for all of you wrestling fiends out there. Let's see. Jeffrey says, especially if they're saying Queen Nia saying bow down to me.
Yeah,
making them bow down. When you're the Queen of the Ring, you need to play the part. You need to play the part. We got Bailey versus Mrs. Wrestling, aka Candice LeRae. I forgot.
Yes.
Raw's in Philly.
It's in Philly.
That's a train ride away, literally.
I would, but it's last minute for me because it's like I very rarely. I mean, I do Raw on Philly, but when it's done on Monday Night Football, it's like,
yeah, man. It's hard for me to even think about doing anything related to Philly, considering the party I had in Philly in April, because that was that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
As much as I would love to be at Raw, I'm trying to save up next month because AEW is
We're trying,
coming to
we're
Philly.
trying to get to,
It's
we're
coming
trying to get to
Jersey.
SummerSlam. We're trying to get
I
to
know,
SummerSlam. Right,
SummerSlam.
Courtney? We're trying to get to SummerSlam, girl.
I'll fly up for it. I'll come.
I know.
I'll be there.
SummerSlam.
We should
SummerSlam,
get the
yes.
whole WWE. We should get the whole WWT gang and just wreck house when we get there.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
think
the
that would
last
be
time.
super dope.
Nighter. The first time
last-
there's going to be 2 nights in it. It's going to be big.
And it's in Jersey
love
too.
In
Like
Jersey.
It was Jersey.
Uh,
I think the last time I went to SummerSlam it was at Barclays Center. That was the last time I went to a live.
well, one of the
SummerSlam.
last ones in Brooklyn, huh?
Yep.
Was the Fiend in it yet? Was he there?
No, not the Fiend. I think it was the year before, and this was when Roman was facing off against Lesnar.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yep, this is he had the big dog.
Was that Cowboy Lesnar with the tractor?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Wait a
God.
minute. What the hell happened here?
Yeah. Indy got involved.
Candice
And
LeRae
Candice
got.
came out with the
Yes, she did. Yes,
Holy
she did.
shit.
Candy.
What is happening tonight? A lot of the underdogs are winning here. She got a clean win on, but Indy got involved, but she still got a clean win on night.
look at
no,
that.
she beat Bailey. She beat
Look at Nia Jax. She doesn't know what to think. I thought she would be happy she won.
Here's the push.
Oh.
Let's see what Candice LeRae and maybe Indy Hartwell, they become maybe major players.
Mhm.
This is what they're doing. I like this. Give them opportunity.
They're-
See
they're-
what they got to work
And they're mixing it up because it's to the point where you don't know who's going to end up with what anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad we're at the space with WWE where we don't really know everything. Like I know there's spoilers and dirt sheets and the IWC, the internet wrestling community, what have you, and all that stuff. But I like that we still don't know the real answer because Triple H knows how to keep that shit tight on a lock. You know what I mean?
How many times did I used to predict matches back in the day? And I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
what was going to happen. It was easy.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're absolutely right. They
You
are
don't
keeping you
know.
on the edge. They don't know whether they're going to swerve you left or right.
Because I knew in WrestleMania, I knew that Cody definitely had the opportunity to win, going at Roman a second time in a row, 2 WrestleMania years in a row. I get it, but there still could have been a moment where Triple H was like, "Nah,
Yeah.
keep it on Roman." There could have been you, Cody. I blame you, freaking Cody crybabies. All you Cody crybabies in there. I'm blaming all of you. It's all your fault. You robbed me of my main event. You robbed me. I will never live that down. I will forever hold that grudge on you, Cody crybabies.
If you mentioned WrestleMania, remember the twist they did there? They gave Undertaker a call, and he was in the stands in the skybox there. They said, "Show up down to the ring now in your sweats."
Yeah, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? He's like, "Yeah, I'm just sitting up here chilling," and then all of a sudden, gong.
Yep, you know the scream you yell at.
Listen,
let out when you heard that.
listen. I screamed like I wanted to fight somebody. Speaking of fighting somebody, we got Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah. The United States champion in the house.
LA Knight.
Nah. I love when he does that. He's so clever.
I want to know where he got his shades.
Those shades are fire, right? I was just looking
I
at them too.
know.
All right,
Did he
Mr.
say
LA
he's
Knight.
refereeing?
What's he refereeing? Boza, I couldn't really catch that.
Was he refereeing the match between Hayes and Andrade?
Yeah,
Hayes
next
and-
week.
Put up your ones.
One's up. Everybody, one's up.
Oh,
One's up in the chat. All you viewers, I see you guys. I better see some ones up, even if you're not chit chatting. It's okay. Just please let me see a one up. Acknowledge Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the OTC is coming to the ring, and I guess this is how we're ending the night with the bloodline story. It's like the good old days, guys. This is beautiful.
Ironically enough, it was always interesting when they always kicked off the show instead of ending it.
But they did both.
Yeah.
They're back. They
Oh,
did both.
yeah.
They kicked it off with Jimmy and Jay, and Solo and Jay, and now Roman's coming out. And he said he was gonna acknowledge Solo. I'm not sure if I'm feeling this.
No.
But I believe in my tribal chief and I trust my tribal chief. I really do. Oh, okay. Boza says here for game 7, LA Knight is the referee.
The referee, got special guest referee for them.
Now that's going to be very interesting.
I knew there had to be some something strange, something different.
You know what? SmackDown, I'm glad I didn't post up my predictions, damn it. Because number one, I forgot to post them. Second, you guys falsely advertised this whole evening, except for the Motor City Machine Guns and the tag team match. They completely, and then put Roman Reigns on it. Like, I didn't have much to go on, you know? There's only so much I could do for predictions, but damn it, got me all screwed up in the game. That's all good. It's all good.
That's
as long as
doing this thing, keeping us on the edge of our seats.
Yep. literally. Solo is Cliff's tribal chief. And you know what, Cliff? I love you, but
Heel of the day!
you get the heel of the day. You get the heel of the day. Solo, we do not acknowledge Solo as our tribal chief here, sir. If we were to acknowledge anybody in that team of bloodline, you best believe it's Jacob Fatu. It ain't Solo. I can tell you that. That's the one thing I'm not messing with. I am not messing with this Samoan werewolf. Okay? I'm not doing it. That man gets pile drived or knocked on the table and he gets right back up.
Yeah, that's another piece of another nature right there.
Like Brock Lesnar didn't even do that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Nope.
Just saying. Bobby says SmackDown is cooking tonight, and it absolutely is. Bosa said we knew Motor City Machine Guns would debut, but not in a 3-match tournament for the Bloodline. Yeah, so many crazy changes, but that goes to show you never know, man. They could change anything at the drop of a dime. All it takes is an opportunity. That's all it takes. But, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, when they play with your emotions sometimes and you're not sure what they're going to pull, this is the question you got to ask sometimes.
Why would that man play games with me? Why would you play games with me?
Damn you, Triple H. Stop playing with my emotions.
Yes.
Stop playing with my emotions. My God, like cooking so much. Like it's getting steamy in here. It's getting hot. We need to open the windows and fan the waves up. You know what I'm saying? It's cooking. It's hot in the kitchen. It's hot.
Yeah. I'm sitting down now, but usually I'm pacing back and forth, yelling at the screen.
Yes, that part. That part too. Absolutely. Not for nothing. I want to play this clip again because look at Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is my favorite thing about this clip.
Why would that man play games with me? Why would you play games with me?
Oh yeah,
So
Paul.
good. So good.
I miss him.
I
miss Paul.
Boss Lady TK has said it numerous times here on the show, but she has said that Paul Heyman deserves a freaking Oscar or something.
Yes.
An Emmy.
Yes.
Something.
He was
a Grammy. A Grammy with no album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He's
something.
He's like the mastermind.
Yes, he really truly is. Shout out to
Paulie Dangerously back in the day and how he developed his character over the years. Oh my God. Really, really great.
Columbia, South Carolina. Acknowledge him. You know what he's going to do. Put him up.
No.
What? Maybe for the last time. What the hell are you saying right now? What is, I beg your pardon, sir?
Okay.
I acknowledge my tribal chief. I acknowledge Roman Reigns as the tribal chief, the only tribal chief, the original tribal chief, day one. That's it. There's nothing else to be said. Oh boy. And here he comes.
Let's see what's going on here.
Here comes the Timu tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. I'm really nervous. I don't know what the hell's going to happen right now. There's 10 minutes left. Why do they do this? Why do they
always
this?
do
And they
this?
always do this to the tippy end. They did it with the Wyatt 6 debut, and it was 5 minutes long, that debut.
Why is he coming in his wrestling gear?
Yeah,
It's a match.
I don't think this is a match, but he's coming out looking like he's ready to fight. I guess just in case. But he's alone right now, so that means Solo ain't really Solo.
No.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
Boza,
Them jackals are around somewhere.
Boza,
Yeah.
Boza says I'm going to puke. Please, Paul Heyman, please come home. Boza says maybe it's also a dark match that he could be getting ready for. That's true.
Well, yeah,
Jeffrey
right,
says,
right.
"What you talking about, Roman? I got questions. I need to know. Like, what do you mean, the tribal chief? He's gonna acknowledge Solo. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm really nervous right now."
Mm.
Cliff says Solo's the tribal chief because he doesn't abuse his bloodline, not like the formal tribal chief. You gotta kind
He
of
does have a point.
You kind of have a point
I
there.
won't disagree with him. That's why the Usos aren't backing Roman up right now. I said that earlier. Yes.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Okay. Earlier tonight, I heard you say that to Jay that family, the family's stronger now. He said the bloodline is stronger now. How? With no titles. You're not an undisputed champion for 3 years. If I was able to, he said, I don't see it. Oh, wait.
That's right.
Wait, Roman, wait. I feel you. I'm right there with you. Wait, I don't see it either. Where is it? I got my shades on. Where? Where? I don't see the greatness. Where is it? We're divided and broken. After we went through in the spring, everything that we lost in the summer. Oh, Roman.
Oh.
He said, I told my father I could fix this. R.I.P. Alpha and Sika.
Yes.
R.I.P. Alpha and Sika. Legends. I won titles. Payday's coming from the heavens. Bringing in the money, dog. I was bringing in the money. We had it locked.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. He's laughing. Oh, geez.
Is he laughing or is he
I don't
crying?
know.
Is acknowledge me. That's what.
Don't you dare.
If he says these freaking words to him, I'm gonna be pissed, y'all. Y'all are this equipment might go flying.
Yeah.
This equipment might go flying. There's no way that this blasphemous tribal chief not happening. Cliff, I see you.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Bobby's trying to poke the bear. He's calling out the mayor's clients.
Oh Lord. Oh boy.
Lola Vice will lose against Jada Parker wherever they wrestle against each other in the ring on NXT. Well, I'm sure that will be sooner than later.
Yep.
Whoa! Ew! No, Roman, no. He said the words. He said no. Does that make you feel better?
Oh man.
Roman, no, we're not doing this. It's not good enough. He's gonna try to make him bow down to him.
Oh dear God.
Acknowledge me as your tribal chief. This is where I need the if you smell to come out.
All the smoke.
Dwayne? Oh my God, Roman, please don't do this to me. Guys, I'm sorry for what happens to my equipment after this is over.
Oh boy.
I need you to acknowledge me as your tribal chief or else. You threatening my tribal chief, dog? No. Oh, or
my
else
goodness.
what? Let's go, Roman. Or else what?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I got chills.
Oh, jeez.
He said, "I'll never change either," and he snapped his fingers. Here we go with the shenanigans. Who's coming? Oh, here they come. Here comes Jacob, Tamatonga, and Tonga. Oh my God, they got Jimmy. They got Jimmy.
Oh man.
They beat up Jimmy. Oh, he.
Oh.
Oh no, they got Jimmy. Where's Jay? Come on, Jay. That's your brother. No, no. Solo tried to Samoan spike Roman, but Roman blocked it. He dodged it. Throwing hands, throwing him out the ring. And now Roman taking on the whole bloodline. Let's go, Tribal Chief. This is, see, your Tribal Chief, your Timu Tribal Chief could never do this, okay? Boom, baby. Clothesline on Jacob Fatu. Superman punch to Solo.
Superman.
Another one. Come on, I need a spear. Finish this up. Wrap it up.
Yeah, sure.
Wrap it up. We got 3 minutes, y'all. Roman's about to
Don't
snap.
focus on that. No.
Roman has snapped.
Keep them down.
Roman has snapped. He's got the Ulafala in his hand. The cameraman is at the front. Somebody's coming out. Come on, put it on. Oh, low blow, you son of a biatch. Jay gotta come out. Jay gotta come out.
Will that be enough?
Oh man. This is making me sad. Oh, this is not how I wanted my show to end. My Tribal Chief is down and weakened. Who's coming?
No one. For now.
Y'all not gonna close this show like this, Triple H. Literally, Boza, I was just about to ask. We're gonna literally have 5 weeks of Solo standing tall. Like,
5 weeks.
My Tribal Chief. Cliff says my Tribal Chief is the reason the old Tribal Chief was champ so long. Samoan Spike to the Tribal Chief. Oh man, this is depressing.
Oof.
This is so stupid. I don't want my Tribal Chief to be thrown like this, man. We haven't seen the Tribal Chief down every week like this since Lesnar.
Oh yes.
You know what? This is gonna make War Games all the sweeter because y'all gonna pay for this. Big Cousin gonna whip all your asses.
There will be retribution.
There will be retribution. There will be revenge.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. No Jey Uso. Jimmy's still down.
Survivor Series is gonna be lit.
Said, this is my bloodline. I'm the Tribal Chief. And these people acknowledge me. So not for nothing. Solo we can't deny Solo's growth either, but I'm not going to put my one up for Solo because I don't acknowledge him. Sorry, Cliff. I'm not doing it. Nobody's putting up. If you're putting up Solo ones, feel free, do you. But I'm not doing it.
No.
Never. Not never. And that is the way the cookie crumbles. Damn, that stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Make us come back for next week and see what happens.
Yep.
Till next week. Till next week. That's pretty crazy. But we're gonna jump off really quickly, and we're going to go into the next room for a quick post show. Courtney, will you be joining us for the post show?
Yeah, I'll jump for post show.
Awesome sauce. So we're going to talk about all the results from tonight's SmackDown. Just make sure you guys stay tuned, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Don't leave us just yet.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WWTalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.